Before we begin, I'd like to give you some information about the Baki manga. Chapter 6 of the manga was supposed to be released last week, but it wasn't. I was hoping it would come out this week, but instead the magazine where the manga is published reported that Itagaki decided to take a 2-week break. The reasons were not specified, but I assume it's because he's currently overwhelmed working on his other series. In case you didn't know, Itagaki has other series related to the Baki universe that are published in the same magazine. Anyway, if all goes well, Chapter 6 should be out next week. Now moving on to the main topic of the video, we're here with another questions and answer section. This time, I've taken some of the most interesting questions you guys left in the comments of my last video. This friend asks, what if Pickle was on Skull Island? For those who don't know, Skull Island is a fictional island from the MonsterVerse. This place is home to Kong, one of the most famous characters of the fiction. Skull Island is located in the South Pacific. It's surrounded by perpetual storms, making it hard to locate and access. In fact, this island has an ecosystem very similar to the time when Pickle was born millions of years ago. I think he'd feel right at home there. However, he would have to be alert all day long because of the dangerous creatures living in this remote place. Pickle would probably become friends with Kong, as they both have similar personalities. I believe that of all the dangers on the island, Kong would be the least of his worries. But besides Kong, the island is home to a variety of interesting creatures. Some of these creatures include the Skur buffalo, a giant aquatic buffalo, the mother longlegs, giant spiders, and the Myers squid, a giant squid. But without a doubt, the Skullcrawlers would be the creatures Pickle would have to watch out for, even in his sleep. I think Pickle could defeat the regular Skullcrawlers as they'd be equivalent to a T-Rex. However, I highly doubt that Pickle could take down the largest Skullcrawler since even Kong had trouble defeating it. Pickle could beat the smaller ones, but only if it's one at a time. If they attack him as a pack, I doubt the cavemen could emerge unscathed. In the dinosaur era, there were probably creatures even larger and more dangerous than those on Skull Island, which is why I think Pickle would adapt quickly to this environment. I still have my doubts whether Pickle could beat monsters like the giant squid or the giant Skullcrawler, but I believe he could live peacefully on the island. In fact, there's a small civilization of humans living there. It'd be interesting if they meet Pickle and proclaim him as their king. But anyway, this is just my theory. Let me know what you think about it. Why is Oliva Biscuit in prison? Well, the simple answer is that Oliva Biscuit is in prison because he wants to be. I made a video about this topic a long time ago, but I'll give you a brief answer now. The real reason why he is in the Arizona prison has never been revealed, but there is a chapter in which Oliva Biscuit meets a corrupt ex-cop named Jeff Markson. That chapter might give us a clue. Jeff mentions that he's seeking revenge for what Oliva did to him many years ago. Mr. Unchained gave Jeff a brutal beating and forced him to stay in bed for a long time. It's likely that Jeff wasn't the only cop Biscuit beat up. There were probably more corrupt and evil police officers, and every time Biscuit ran into them, he couldn't help but give them what they deserved. Obviously, Oliva's actions couldn't go unnoticed, and these issues with the police are probably one of the reasons he's in prison. Another theory is that Biscuit worked as a mercenary for criminal organizations, and because of this lifestyle, the FBI issued a warrant for his arrest. The US government probably offered Biscuit a deal to continue doing these jobs, but now for the government, and in exchange, he would live like a king in a maximum security prison. There are many reasons he could be in prison, but what's certain is that he's there by his own choice. He earned the nickname Mr. Unchained because no prison can hold him. Oliva can leave prison whenever he wants. It's like a hotel for him. Do you think Nomi has strong enough grip strength to break Pickle's bones, like he did to Oliva Biscuit? I think so. Pickle's bones are very tough, but they're not tougher than metal. After all, they're still bones. Nomi has the strongest grip strength in the entire series, second only to Yujiro Hanma. His signature move involves breaking his opponent's ribs and then slamming them to the ground. Pickle's size would be an advantage, making it difficult for Nomi to reach his ribs, but if Nomi gets his hands on him, it could be fatal for Pickle. But I believe that even if Nomi breaks Pickle's ribs, he would keep fighting to the end. Jack admitted that if Nomi had had his full grip strength when they fought, the outcome of their battle would have been different. Do you think Itagaki should show more of the Hanma bloodline in history? Absolutely. We need more information about the Hanma bloodline, and it would be fantastic if Itagaki could reveal all the secrets of this family in the near future. What intrigues me the most are the hieroglyphs found in Egypt. From them, we saw that the Hanma family was regarded as some sort of gods or demons. We also learned that the father versus son fight is something that happens in every generation, as if it's already written that the son will always have to fight the father. It would be fantastic if Itagaki created a spin-off explaining the past generations of the Hanma family. It would be interesting to have a manga where we see Yujiro and other Hanma family members as the main characters. It would be wild if the ancestors of the Hanma family were some sort of demons or beings that weren't human. That would explain their incredible strength and the fact that they're the only family with a power like the demon back. I believe this is essential. We should know more about the Hanma family before the series comes to an end. Let me know if you'd like a spin-off manga about the Hanma bloodline, or if a few chapters in the main story would suffice. Who do you think will be the next antagonist if they decide to have one based on real life like Musashi? Well, the only way to introduce another historical character into the series would be through cloning, or by introducing a direct descendant of that character. Most of the historical figures that have appeared in the series have been of Asian origin, so it would be refreshing to have a historical character from another part of the world. But knowing Itagaki, he's likely to introduce a historical figure from Japan in the series. If that's the case, I'd like it to be Hattori Hanzo, a famous samurai and swordsman from the Sengoku period. Hanzo is renowned for his war skills and espionage tactics. He served one of the feudal lords of the time and played a vital role in helping him escape dangerous situations and safely return home during times of war. Due to his feats and abilities, he earned the nickname Hanzo the Demon. Hanzo was the best soldier any feudal lord could ask for. He was an army of just one man and was as skilled as Musashi. Hattori Hanzo has become an iconic figure in popular culture, appearing in numerous movies, series, and video games. He undoubtedly was a fearsome warrior whom nobody wanted to face. Hanzo wasn't just an expert with swords. He was also a master of martial arts and had exceptional physical strength. In terms of power, he should be almost on the same level as Musashi Miyamoto, so he would definitely pose a significant challenge for Baki and the others. But let you know, which historical figure would you like to see in the series? Will it be another caveman stronger than Pickle? Honestly, I hope they don't bring more cavemen into the series. What makes Pickle special is the fact that he is the only one of his kind in this modern era. We don't know if Pickle was the strongest of his species. He might even have been the weakest, with other cavemen being stronger than him. Both possibilities are feasible. An interesting scenario where another caveman like Pickle appears would be the following. Imagine the government discovers another frozen caveman. This specimen would be stronger and bigger than Pickle. One possibility is that the government decides to experiment with him, and using current technology, they try to manipulate his brain to turn him into a military weapon under their control. It would be interesting to see Pickle fighting against this modified caveman. I think this would be a significant challenge, even for Yujiro. Pickle's race lived by eating dinosaurs, so it's highly likely that there were other cavemen stronger than Pickle. In fact, it has been mentioned that Pickle was a young specimen and was still developing, which means we haven't seen his full potential yet. But let me know what you think of these theories. Remember that you can leave your questions in the comments box, and you can also leave suggestions for future videos. And well, friends, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. I hope you have a nice day or night. See you soon.